The ad channels are regularly making adjustments to their offerings to try and make sure that they're keeping consumers and advertisers happy. They need to keep both sides happy, otherwise the entire system falls apart. One such change that is happening is with LinkedIn's message ads. They're changing the way that messaging works on the platform and how you can reach your target audience. So the short of it is that one ad format is going away and one or two new formats is coming into the mix, but the long of it takes a little bit more to talk through. So in this video, I want to give you a run through of what's changing, talk about the timelines, and then the suggestions that LinkedIn has to make sure that you don't miss any time in the middle with your accounts. For this video, I'm going to use a couple of the LinkedIn help articles because I want to have a good overview of what's changing in their own words, but I'll also show you the actual impact of those ramifications in my own accounts where I can. So the article on the screen right now, Changes to Sponsored Messaging, is the most succinct overview of what's going to be changing, but in typical paid media pros fashion, I'm going to go out of order. So you can see that they want to introduce new ad formats and features. So for right now, we're going to skip the formats, but I'm going to come down here to features. As I mentioned in the intro, we need to make sure that both sides of the advertiser and advertisee relationship are happy with the experience. And Focused Inbox is a new experience for any LinkedIn user. Basically what's happening is we're taking the singular inbox on LinkedIn and we're creating a two-tabbed inbox that, as LinkedIn says, provides an industry standard, organized, and intuitive layout that helps members find and respond to messages that are most relevant to them. Basically, your LinkedIn inbox is going to be a little bit closer to what a Gmail inbox is going to be, and you're going to have two tabs, one that's focused and contains your most relevant messages, and an other tab that contains the remainder of the conversations. You'll be able to move your messages between these two tabs, and this is one of the things that I can show you what it looks like because I have been lucky enough to have Focused Inbox for quite some time on LinkedIn. So we are in my inbox, and as you can see, there is a focused and an other tab that are associated here. Unfortunately, I have almost all of this blurred out because you don't need to know what messages people are sending me, and yes, I'm bad at checking messages sometimes. But here you can see how this works. I'm currently on the Focus tab, and if I come over here, I can click Other, and now I will find all the other messages. If you're curious about what LinkedIn associates with which inbox, I have absolutely no guidance for you because both of them have LinkedIn offers from what I can tell. And in my Focused inbox, this message down here is from a third level connection where the people in my other inbox, this person sent me a message and she's a first level connection. So I genuinely don't know what's considered priority or focused over not, but now you at least know what it'll look like in the LinkedIn interface if you don't already have a Focused inbox for your account. Now let's start to get into the new ad formats themselves. The first is going to be a conversation starter ad. This is an inbox-based ad with a fixed placement on the Focus tab. So you'll be able to always target that first tab. You won't show up in kind of the equivalent of LinkedIn's junk email box. And they're designed to complement the Focused Inbox experience by encouraging members to click on an ad to initiate a conversation. This is going to be very similar to the current message ads that we have in the accounts. And as you can see down in this section below, the impact on existing sponsored message ad formats. There are currently two ads that you can create, a conversation ad and a message ad. If you're using a message ad, that will no longer be available once conversation starter ad formats are available. But existing conversation ads will automatically convert to conversation starter ads. So that means a couple of things for us. First, these conversation starter ads will be rolling out to people, but only those who are utilizing conversation ads will have their campaigns automatically updated to the existing format. And that means that if you have message ads running when conversation starter ads are released, they will turn off, but they will not be updated into a conversation starter ad. So your ads will stop showing to those users in the way you would have wanted them to. Now, one thing to note before I show you something else is that conversation starter ads will not be available in the EU, European Economic Area, or Switzerland. So if you're in any of those locations, this likely isn't a great video for you. But there are going to be some things that you can probably use later on, so you might want to skip ahead to the click to message ad section. But before we go there, I want to talk about what the next steps are for conversation starter ads for those of you who either are currently running message ads campaigns or are interested in starting a new campaign. I'm in our LinkedIn placeholder account, and if you want to be able to serve ads in your target customer's inbox and have them automatically update when conversation starter ads are released, you need to make sure that you choose the right format for your campaign. So first, we go up to create a campaign, keep it in the same group. We'll choose website conversions. And then in the ad format selection, you would need to make sure that you choose conversation ad, not message ad, because again, message ads will not automatically be updated. If you really want to hold out and use just message ads for your existing campaigns, and you're willing to do a little extra work once conversation starter ads roll out, you can select this, but again, you'll have to take some additional steps. Now let's talk about what those steps are. This is another help section that LinkedIn has put together because I want to make sure that everybody has full coverage on their ads. So this is the process you would use to replace a message ad campaign with a conversation ad campaign to make sure that it will automatically update when conversation starter ads are released. So here are the 3 steps. We need to duplicate message ad campaign and retain the current audience, create and launch the conversation ad campaign, and then pause the existing message ad campaign after you've launched the new conversation ad campaign. Rather than look through all of the steps on this page, I'll just show you what it looks like to duplicate the campaign. Most likely from a previous video, we do have some sponsored messaging campaigns that we can update. So to duplicate a campaign in LinkedIn, you just need to come over to the 3 dots here, click on that, and then click duplicate. You can give your campaign a name. This should make it pretty easy. You can choose the destination account or use a different campaign group. There are some limitations to that, but I don't think they're super useful for this video. And then we click next, and you'll see here that there are not any creatives to duplicate. This is because some message ads campaigns just don't contain creatives in the same way. That's actually a note in that help article that we looked at. So if your campaigns don't have any creatives here, don't worry about that. You can create those later on. But if they do, and you want to carry over some creatives, you just check the box next to them and then select duplicate campaign. Now we have all of the same audience retained. We're still using a website conversions campaign. You can see my campaign name up at the top. And then the last stage specifically for this process is to come down to ad format and choose conversation ad. You'll see that message ad is no longer available. Even though I could have created it in the previous process, this will not allow me to do that. So here you'll create your conversation ad and then finish creating the campaign. I'm not going to walk through an entire conversation ad campaign setup because we already have a video that you can check out at the top of the screen right now if you want to see that run through. It might be a little bit old and need a little bit of updating, so we'll look into that. But for right now, it should get you started down the path that you need to make sure that you're covered in this upgrade from message ad to conversation ad change. Once you've created that conversation ad campaign and this is all set up and running, all you have to do is go back and pause that existing messaging ads campaign, which I'm not going to show you how to do because I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure it out. So the only thing that we have left to talk about is the last update, and that is going to be the new click-to-message ads format. Now we get a pretty quick overview here that these are feed-based ads that enable advertisers to capture their audience's attention in the feed and drive high-intent conversions about a product or service through a call-to-action button. So where conversation starter ads will live in the inbox, specifically on the focused inbox tab, click-to-message ads will be in the feed. There's no warning that these will not be eligible for the EU or any of those other areas, so click-to-message ads will likely be your only option in those regions. But this is where the ability for me to show you what things look like runs out. When I jump into the changes to sponsored messaging FAQs about this specific changeover, there's only a very little bit of information about the click-to-message ad format. We talk about what it is, which is literally the same paragraph that was on the other page. How are click-to-message ads different for conversation starter ads? And it just says that click-to-message is in the feed. Conversation starter ads are in the inbox. That's the only difference we get. It shows that they're gradually releasing the click-to-message ad format, so you might not see it at this time, which is exactly why I can't show you what it looks like. My guess is it'll be some combination of the existing conversation ad, as well as something that might be similar to like a Facebook Messenger ad, something like that. So for the time being, the biggest steps you need to take if you want to make sure you don't have any downtime with this messaging switchover is to take any message ads and convert them into conversation ads. Those will be automatically updated into conversation starter ad campaigns once that format is released. And then keep an eye out for any click-to-message ad formats updates in your account. If you have any questions about LinkedIn messaging ads, conversation ads, any of these different formats in all their different permutations, or any question about LinkedIn advertising at all, please feel free to leave us a note in the comments below. Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.